This is the Zhiyun Fiveray M20c, a very bright 20-watt tiny LED panel. So let's directly go into the brightness test. So I put the M20 at 1 meter away from my phone so I can measure the lux at 1 meter, with the output at 100% and going through all the Kelvin values. At 2500 Kelvin we get 1240 lux, which is actually quite bright for such a small panel. And when we go up the Kelvin values, we also increase the brightness of the light. It's quite bright for such a tiny light, and it competes with the Astera Hydra in brightness. But it's being such a small light, at 100% we can also hear the cooling fan of the light, but also going through the battery quite fast, as you only get 40 minutes of full power use. However, I don't think this is actually a light that you would often use at 100% and more often at 50% or even lower. Even at half the power, it is still much brighter than Aputure MC Pro at 100% output, while being almost half the price of the MC Pro. I also tested the light at 1% and interestingly, it is still quite bright. Accessory wise, we get a grid and barn door. The barn doors kinda work, but the soft light spread still leaks through everywhere. The best way to prevent the spread is to use the grid, which makes the light more directional but also lose some of the light. The light loss is actually not very extreme, as it uses a very fine grid, as we only lose about 100 to 200 lux at 100% output, and at 50% we still get quite a bright light that is still brighter than the MC Pro. There's also an HSI and an RGB mode, noticeable that the blue light is much brighter than the red and green. The Fiveray M20c got a lot of effects, which is very nice when you need them, from SOS, paparazzi, candle, bed bulb, TV, lightning, strobe, CCT loop, CCT flash, CCT pulse, police car, disco, fireworks, hue loop, hue flash, and hue pulse. There is also a special music effect which the light reacts to sound. So if you have somebody clapping or music with a strong beat, you can see the light flashing on the beat. The light is inside a cage which you can remove, but if you remove the cage, there is no mounting point on the light itself. There's a magnet on the cage so you can mount it on any metal surfaces, and there are cold shoe mounts so you can add multiple lights on top of each other. Now using the light with the ZY Vega app, if you can't connect it, you just need to reset the Bluetooth on the light, which can be done in the menu. The app works with setting up groups and also changing the lights. It also has a good Kelvin values to choose from and many ways to alter the color of the light to match any color. The con of the app is there's no access to any of the built-in effects, and possible in future upgrades it might be included. The other con of this light itself is there seems to be missing certain colors in the hue. I noticed there's a color jump from one to other color and there's no gradual change. This might be a software issue where the light is not set up correctly. Hopefully Zhiyun comes out with a firmware fixing this issue. How I would use the M20 is either for a rim light or use it for a key light, however in combination with something to make the light bigger. Because the light itself is so small, it's still quite harsh. So I do need to reflect it through a light bridge or a mirror to make the light bigger and make it also softer and more nicer to look at. Hope you found this a interesting video. If you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.